I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge we are sitting here with the only Jennifer Lynn Affleck.
J-Lo, baby.
The original, the OG J-Lo. The one and only.
Do your friends call you J-Lo?
We call her Jenny from the block.
I'm still Jenny from the block.
The new J-Lo is coming into town.
Yeah, you heard that right. Meet the other Jennifer Lynn Affleck, who is Ben's distant cousin in real life. So how did the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives star get the same first and middle name as J-Lo?
There you
It's
go.
funny, my mom actually named me after J-Lo because she's obsessed with her. So it's ironic, everything.
So you were named Jennifer Lynn because your mom loves Jennifer Lynn Lopez?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So the irony.
Yes, it's insane.
The serendipity that you marry somebody in the Affleck family.
Oh my gosh. Well, it's so funny. When I first started dating Zach, that was the first thing that his family told me. They were like, well, if you marry him, you get to say you're related to Ben Affleck, which he's like a second cousin. His dad's only met him like once, but like, I'm like, yes, I'm related to Ben Affleck.
You are.
And I was named after J-Lo. Like, I'm here to take their place. I'm just kidding.
So he's a second cousin, your husband?
His dad.
His dad
So he's
is-
basically third cousin. I mean, we're pretty far removed.
Okay. Does Ben Affleck know that this show is coming out with a
I'm
relative?
sure got to.
Yeah,
Now he does.
We talk
Yeah.
about this all the time. I'm like, he's got to be
Yeah.
reading these news articles.
Yes. I would love to meet him.
So you've never met before,
No, I haven't.
but you're a fan.
Yes, I'm definitely a fan. I'm just like, okay, yeah, I'm like related to an A-list celebrity.
He's going through a
I
tough
know.
time right now as a family member of yours. Is there a message or any like marital wisdom that you want to share?
You know what? I hope we can go to therapy together. We have a lot to learn. I'm just kidding.
You and Ben Affleck and Zach and Jennifer Lopez all in couples therapy together?
I'm like, we're breaking
That's a new show
generational
right
trauma
there.
here. We're related. Yes.
And just like J-Lo, they can both dance.
It's a group of Mormon moms making TikToks.
Jennifer is one of the 8 mom talkers featured in the juicy new Hulu reality series premiering Friday. And as we see, it is big business to be a Mormon TikTok star.
I'm providing for my kids, my husband. I definitely think this is super hard for him. Coming from a traditional family, the male typically being the sole provider within our religion makes our situation a little bit tricky. And so there's definitely a lot of tension in our relationship.
Will you raise your hand if you're the breadwinner in your family? I mean, standing ovation. All right, now. Okay, so for the 3 of you who are the breadwinners in your family, what is that dynamic like? Because from what we're told, this is a very traditional community. The men are supposed to be the ones that bring in the money. You're the ones that are bringing in the most amount of money. So how does that affect your relationship?
Doesn't affect mine at all. I think my husband's like super supportive, and I don't feel like we've ever been like super traditional with like who does what in our family. So he's just been a supportive king. So that's all I can ask for.
Love it. I know you're a single mom.
Yeah, so I have no choice but to support my babies. Their dad has like a job and he does like his part for them, but we kind of just take over what we do when we have our kids. So yeah, it's hard for sure, but I'm happy that I have income that I don't have to depend on somebody for. I feel like it's really nice to be able to just provide for my babies.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
My husband's all for it. He's
Yeah.
like,
He's like, I'll stay at home.
I always say he was meant to be like the stay-at-home dad before I was the stay-at-home mom. Because I mean,
so
I was
cute.
thrown into motherhood at like 16, 17 years old. And so he only saw that side of me of being a stay-at-home mom. And now it's kind of like business, the business bitch. And I make all the money and I have all my interviews and I'm flying to New York and Italy. And so it's fun.
Yeah, my husband loves it. I mean, without me, he wouldn't be able to go to med school.
Okay. So can you tell me, for someone who's not an influencer, how lucrative is this? Like, how much money can you make doing TikToks and doing brand deals?
It's really up to you.
Yeah.
It's up to you how much you want to work and to do ads. But I mean, if we're talking specifics, I feel like there have been some big ones that I feel like
Yeah.
are crazy to me. I'm like, is this real?
Can you throw me a number?
The bigger ones are like 20 to 30K, but for like a TikTok to me, that's crazy and
Yeah,
insane. I'm like,
crazy.
To
And, like-
dance for 45 seconds with your
Yeah.
girlfriends and you're making 25 to 30K?
Yes, and with that, it is like the 7 seconds, so you like roll your eyes, but we built it too. Like I did 3 TikToks a day for a year without getting paid a dime, and you kind of build that.
But you know what they say, mo money, mo problems. And Taylor Frankie Paul learned that the hard way when at the peak of TikTok fame, she got caught up in a soft swinging sex scandal. Yeah, you heard that right.
A Mormon swinging scandal has hit Utah.
No one was innocent. Everyone has hooked up with like everyone.
It was like swapping in front of each other, standing next to each other.
Taylor, can you just set the record straight? For anyone who is curious, what does soft swinging even mean and what happened?
I learned this during the process of like soft swinging is just where you like are being intimate with other couples, not fully switching, because the swingers are a very real thing and people do in their marriages. They fully switch partners. We weren't doing that. We were just all intimate with each other. Yeah, I was with a group of friends and I ended up, catching feelings for a man in the group, and we had an affair one of the nights and things kind of just like blew up.
Taylor used to be the face of Mom Talk, and then when that all blew up, no one really knew what Mom Talk stood for anymore.
That affair led to a divorce from ex-husband Tate Paul, with whom she shares 2 children. Taylor is now in a relationship with another man, Dakota Mortensen, and they welcomed a son last March. And if that wasn't enough drama...
Somebody is screaming, "Get off me."
What's your name?
Taylor.
Taylor. At this time, you're going to be placed under arrest.
In 2023, the 30-year-old was arrested after throwing a metal chair at Dakota, which accidentally hit her daughter in the head.
After going through something like that, I think it would have been really easy to retreat. Cancel all your accounts. Why stay online and continue to give to your audience when you're going through something quite public?
I think I was very lost at the beginning of that, and I think at that time I was just like in such a dark place. I didn't care about anything. I think I did have a big support system. People were like, you messed up, but at least you're owning it, where some people are like running and denying, and like I was like had tons of fingers pointed at me like they did no wrong, no anything, and so I felt like I'm just gonna come and own that I messed up really bad and I was a villain in that story, but let's move on.
I have to say, after watching this entire series, I'm so happy to see you here today smiling, and you've got your beautiful newborn at home. How is life with Dakota, raising a newborn? How's he doing as a dad?
He is great in fatherhood, and I knew he would be. He has been great with my kids from the beginning, and that's the thing, he is a beautiful man. We came with a lot of baggage, It's a lot of unknowns coming too, and a lot of judgment is gonna be coming on our relationship when you see the show, right?
Yeah.
Because you have these awful headlines of what I'm known for, and some of them, like a swinger mom, a girl that hit her boyfriend, a mom that, did this and that. And so for me, this is my time to come on and give a bigger picture of like where I came from, how I was feeling. I feel like it was just like a time to like tell my story,